why people do not get married after doing a remedial measure. There are people who simply say, I have done Mangal Dosha Puja, I have done Rahu Ketu Dosha Puja, I have done this, I have done that. Yet, why is that not, my marriage is not happening across? The first and the foremost thing is how the remedial measure is done. The remedial measure has to be done for more than 150 to 120 days. It has to be done in a very repeated fashion across to produce the impact. Now many people go and do Sarpasanti Puja for one day, one time, that too in a mass. In Kalahasti, what they try to do is they try to take the Sankalpa for common for everybody. Nobody's Gotra is recited, nobody's name is recited, how it will have an impact. The Gotra and the name is the password, and the spiritual cord gets connected to the divine cord when they do the Gotra, and when they chant the name of the Gotra and the password across. The second most important thing is, now if you want to do the marriage part of it, the proper remedial measure has to be done. Now many people don't know how to do the remedial measure. They simply say Mangal Dosha, nothing can be done. Rahu Ketu Dosha, nothing can be done across. No, it is not true. The proper remedial measure, when it is done, it induces the law of attraction into your aura and chakra. The horoscope is the reading of the energy body. Horoscope is the reading of the aura and the chakra. So the point is, the correct person will get manifested across with the Rahu Ketu across. So that is the problem with many people. They don't get the correct remedial guidance across for the people. That is one of the biggest problem with many people with regard to the remedial measure across. The second biggest problem is lack of mental clarity. Now there was a lady who was trying to get married. I asked her to write down what is the height, weight, color, qualification, what is the kind of person whom you want, what is the kind of things you want across. All that particular thing I asked her to write. The moment she wrote, the next proposal was the correct proposal which came, and she got married across as a person. So that is very, very important. Many women have the problem, they are not able to prioritize, they are not able to categorize what kind of person they want. This is the second biggest problem which is there. The third biggest problem is the incompatibility. Now there was a lady who wanted to stay in USA, who wanted to get married in USA and stay there. But her parents were not willing. The parents were finding it very difficult and accepting that boy of trying to be in the USA across. She had a lot of issues and she wanted to pursue a career in PhD in US, but her parents were pulling her back. In the conflict, there was nobody was manifesting across. So you have to become very clear about the priorities. For some people, staying next to their parents is important. For some people, staying away from the parents is important. For some people, staying in the same country is very important. For some people, staying away from the different country is important. For some people, they have to continue to work after marriage is very important. For some people, they don't need to work after marriage, which is very important. So the prioritization is very, very important across into a person's across. So that is a confusion many people have. They are unable to assort their priority. You can take our help across. We will help you to have the assortment as far as the priority is concerned. The third biggest problem in terms of marrying is that of people have low expectations. pigmentation. I am actually bald, I am actually black, I am actually lack of white, and that is one of the reasons why they have low self-confidence. Even if they meet a girl or a boy, they are not able to communicate, they are not able to convince and interact across. So that is one of the biggest problem. I know there was a boy who was 40 years old, who was little bald and who was lean and who was only making 26,000 rupees. In fact, everybody told me that he can't get married. Everybody told me that he will not be getting married because he had a low pay, he had a low issues across. So that is one of the biggest problem across. So that you can overcome by developing self-confidence, by developing what you call self-love across. The other one is by accepting that you will get the right person if your energy body is open. If the energy body is open, the guru will come at the right time, the energy body will open, the correct man or the woman will come across as a person. Now, there are two cases I want to tell it out across to people, which actually creates a lot of the sort out the problem. Actually, there was a boy who was willing to get married but was not getting proposal. I told, be willing to compromise on the language, on the region. He actually went ahead and got a girl from Bombay, and he was actually staying in Chennai across, and that was one of the biggest changes. She had it across, he was willing to do it across. Now many people try to search in their locality, in their area itself, try to be more inclusive, try to be more permissive, try to broaden the search across. You will get across people. That is one of the biggest problem across as far as the married life is concerned. Sometimes the marriage is afflicted with Rahu Ketu, sometimes the seventh lord is afflicted with Rahu Ketu. You can try different language, different region, different community, and you can try about the same thing across. So that will actually clear the problem. And there was a lady who wanted to take care of the parents. She had had a loan with regard to the EMI she was paying across for a house, and she wanted to take care of the parent. She was very, very reluctant to get married across. I actually made her write, and I actually made her tell these things to people, that she wants to take care of the parents, she wants to take care of the people across, and she had an EMI, and that all that she needs to be very open with regard to the entire thing across. And she was very, very open. There was a boy who told her, it is okay, it is fine, I can accept this about you as a person, I will take care of you, you don't need to worry about it, come, let's get married. She was absolutely shocked because she was not willing to tell the truth. She was trying to hold. She said nobody will accept it. Actually, when she put forward the thing into the universe after doing the remedial measure, the right law of attraction came into her life across. So this is one of the biggest problem as far as the remedial measure concerned. Mental clarity. There are a lot of people who don't have mental clarity, who do not have verbal clarity across. And also, if you're a boy or a girl, be very careful how you treat the opposite sex. I know there was a particular man who called up across and who told across, no, he told, can we have marriage simple? Can we have a sharing it basis? The opposite guy was very rude. He told, it means you don't have money, you are not willing to spend money for your daughter, you are a very useless people. I don't want to have a relationship with this kind of over expectation about is also one of the biggest problem. These days women want sharing of the marriage expenditure. In olden days, the women has to spend for the marriage, the man will be keeping quiet. In the modern day context, the women and the man has to be willing to share for the marriage across. The other important point is the marriage has to be simple. They don't want lavish, they don't want a huge amount of wedding where they splurge things across. This actually irritates the modern girls. The modern girls have a lot of issues with regard to that. and they get highly irritated across with the people across. So be very careful about the expectation. You can say, I don't want dowry, but if you're going to make the girl's side spend equivalent to that of the dowry, they might get very offended. The other one is, be willing to allow the girl to work, be willing to accept that the girl might not be good in terms of cooking, but she will learn eventually about the cooking across. So that kind of a mental clarity is also required when you come to marriage. The last part of it is, do not associate with people who are bachelors, who are not married, who are widows, who are having divorce problem, who are having a very, very difficult marriage problem across. Now don't try to link up with them as a person, because whom you see is what you become, and generally you will have a very disturbing life. I know one girl was actually counseling another girl who had had a marriage disturbing life. I told her, you let her go, you don't try to counsel your friend. Your friend has a huge problems and issues across, and that will get cleared on its own, and you don't need to be the savior for her as a person. She was willing to let go and she got married across. So these are some of the mental blocks, the emotional blocks, the family blocks across. The mother wants one kind of a boy, the girl wants one kind of a boy. They don't sit up and they don't talk it out, they don't clear it out across. So this kind of problem is there, come to us. We don't even do remedial measure. We do the remedial measure, plus we clear the blocks across. We go one step forward. That is why we do it for more than 100 people across in terms of remedial measure, and we try to help as many people as possible across. So do take our service and we'll make a huge difference to you into your life across. No lying, no cheating. Every day we'll send you messages and you can pay us part-time. The Sankalpa will be especially for the marriage part of it, and we have helped many people to get married. Thank you so much.